Okay, so this is probably my most over-the-top buy that I'm gonna show you right now. What up? Welcome to my crib, to my studio. Today we're gonna do a bit of a tour. Gonna show you all the cool tech I got. For example, first tech tips are right here. Welcome, come inside, come inside. First tech tip, we have USB cable around plants to strangle it, to make sure it dies faster. Not all tech tips are gonna be this cool. Today we're gonna talk about a lot of just the gear I've got in the studio. For example, here we have the Yamaha P125. And I went through a lot of digital pianos before I went with this one. I really like the feel of it. I'm a big fan of this keyboard and it's pretty cheap as well compared to a lot of the other stuff we're gonna be looking at today. Over here, we got my Taylor. I think I've shown this in videos before. This is a pretty cheap guitar. It's 114 CE. I say cheap. I'm sure a lot of people will be like, oh yeah, this is the most expensive thing in the world, which it's not, by the way. This is pretty cheap as far as like high quality guitars go, but I really like the sound of it. Let's see if it's tuned. It's kind of tuned. So I actually have the robot tuner. This is from Tronical Tune. I never understood why people hated them because they're so convenient. It can tune it way closer to the actual pitch than you can do by ear. It's basically a robot doing it for you. So now I'm just plucking one string at a time and you can see how these move. And now you might say, Joel, you never play acoustic guitar in your videos anymore. And then I say, it's not about playing the guitar. It's about owning the guitar and all the expensive tech on the guitar. It's all about flexing. It's not about making music. Did you think that having instruments is about making music? It's not. It's funny if I play it now and it sounds really bad. Let's see. That is super clean. Beautiful. Back here, we have the things that I'm not as proud of. We got a J&D Brothers guitar. Everyone keeps thinking that this guitar is a Gibson, and they're like, oh, Joel, you can't even play guitar that well, and you have a Gibson. I don't have a Gibson. My dad picked it up for me for, I think, my birthday for, I think, $300 when I was like 18 or something. It's a good guitar for the price. And then we have my dad's bass. Basically, my dad bought this bass when he was like 15. I barely ever play bass now either. I kind of want to, but it's just the music I make right now is not super conducive to these instruments, and I don't have time to play just for the fun of it. Gotta make the react videos, guys. Sad. Back here we got my 100,000 subscribers plaque. The 1 million subscriber plaque is just way too big and heavy. We got that in storage. Shay saw it in the storage just the other day. What do you think of it, Shay?
Dusty.
That's good. Something that is for everyone is this, the baby face. And I'm not talking about this baby face. I'm talking about this baby face, the Army baby face Pro. One thing that's really good about this is that basically you can run a music program and you can run, for example, OBS at the same time and there won't be any issues. Love that. If you're familiar with this channel, by the way, you might know that our cameras have been overheating a lot recently because it's really warm in here. So Shay looked this up online and we ordered it. It is a max min thermometer. So right now it's 26 degrees Celsius in here, which is really warm. How much is that in Fahrenheit? It is 78.8 Fahrenheit. It's a little bit sweaty. So if I turn it on, I have set the alarm to go off when it's over 27 degrees or under 20 degrees. And we used to have an AC in here so I could do something about it if it got too warm, but I took it out because it's like supposed to be fall now. People always ask about cameras. I'm not sure if I'm the best to ask about cameras. That one in the back over there, that's the one that always overheats. That is more of a photo camera though, so you have to give him a break. It's the Sony A7R II. And in the front here we have the Sony A7 III, which is actually cheaper, but I really like them. All of them have HDMI out that goes out into Elgato cam links, which is back here in the cable mess. I'm not a big fan of the Elgato cam links. They get really buggy sometimes and they get really hot, but it works okay. Another cool thing about the cameras though, which I gotta show you. Basically, I can just go here, film a video, it goes straight in, and then I just turn off the camera, and I'm done. Easy. I used this, a little Stream Deck, to switch between the camera angles. I always mess that up as well. I forget to switch back. It's not working. So this is what I'm talking about with the cam link. Shay ordered this amazing second screen to have OBS on, and as you can see, I basically have OBS down here to make sure that it doesn't die. The cameras were dying for us a lot for a while, so this is how we fixed it. What else we got? Basically, I can change the angle of the camera with this remote control. I think it's called like Hague support. Like I got one for this front camera, one for this back camera. I'm gonna change the back camera now because it's further away. It's so much faster for me to look at the screen in OBS and change the camera angle while I'm standing there, I definitely recommend it. Anyway, I have some tips that I'm really into that goes for everyone. That is not only a musician thing. I'll show you right now. This right here is not really like a studio thing or a musician thing per se, but I really like it. Basically, it's a self-discipline thing. You can lock things away in this box for any set amount of time, and it does not unlock whatever you do. So for example, like I find myself a lot of the time, at least, especially when Shay isn't here, procrastinating. I will like be on my phone, like Twitter. People were writing like, "Oh, Joel, you're so great," and I'm like, "Yeah, thank you. I'm also handsome," and they're like, "No," and I'm like, "Yeah, I am," and then we have an argument, and you know that argument goes on forever. So when I feel like I gotta get away from it, get some work done, I will lock things away. I think I showed this in another video. We got 3 days on the clock, and we're locking the controllers away. But basically, I can lock things away. Okay, 25 minutes without a phone. Okay. Now it's locked away. So yeah, this is called a kitchen safe. Check it out. You can use it for, I think people use it for like cookies and stuff. You can use it for phones. Another thing that I want to recommend, and full disclosure, I know these guys, but they don't pay me anything. I just love this app. So this is a to-do list app called Amazing Marvin. It's got so many features, I can't even list them. One of my favorite features about it that helps with my procrastination is super focus mode, which only shows one thing at a time. So right now, for example, I know that I need to take my Accutane and vitamins. And once I'm done, I just check it off and it goes on to the next part of the list. It sounds so simple, but it really helps a lot with stress and feeling like you want to get like things done. Another thing that I use in this app a lot is things like beat the clock. You can kind of write down how long do you think that a certain thing will take. Like, feedbacking on today's YouTube video. All of that feedback should take about 30 minutes. So I start it and then it starts counting down. Basically, I'm kind of like competing with myself about beating the projected time for my task. And I find it's a really cool way for me to just be like excited about getting things done quicker and not get on my phone and argue about whether I'm handsome or not on Twitter. So yeah, if you get Amazing Marvin, you can right now, and this is crazy, you can get 60% off. You just use the code Roomie when you check out. Crazy deal. Okay, so another procrastination tip I wanted to talk to you about. Well, there's actually two of them. Both of these products are from a company called Cold Turkey, and this is the Cold Turkey blocker, which I use religiously. What I like about this is something called frozen turkey, which is basically that it locks down the whole computer and you can't access it. This computer locks down after 8 p.m. and it's just really, really nice because it takes away that whole thing of like, oh, should I work now? Or, oh, I could do this, I could do that. I just know that no, I can't. Another thing from the same company is, this is called Cold Turkey Micromanager. I'm selecting apps that I'm gonna use within a certain time frame. So I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna be Marvin and micromanage me for 30 minutes. And suddenly everything gets minimized but the program that I said I wanted to use. It's just a really good way to not have to make decisions all the time. What else we got? We have these speakers. It's the Genelec 8331s. I think. What I really like about these is that they change with the room. With these speakers, you buy this stupid microphone, which you only like use once or twice. But basically, you put that where you're listening to the music, and then it plays like some signal tones, and it adds an EQ to the speakers, so it sounds better in the room. I'm not sure if this is going to come across with the microphone on the camera, but let's listen to this guy. I don't know who this is, Lil Pitchy. So this is with the EQ, right? And now I'm going to turn off the EQ thing. Turn on. Just makes everything a lot more balanced, a lot clearer. It's way better for feedbacking on mixes or whatever. Yeah, it's really good. I like it a lot. Okay, what else we got? The lights, aperture, HR672C. They're cheap for what it is, and they're like really color accurate, so you don't get like any green weird tones or anything. I also don't like bright white lights, so these are ones that I've actually turned as yellow as they can be. I want it to be like sunset throughout my whole workday. I never want it to feel like it's daytime. Another thing that I think a lot of people have already seen, but I'm still in love with this thing. This is an Elgato green screen thing. The good thing about it is you can just kind of stack it away, takes more room, and then you just pull it up. We got a green screen ready to go. The thing that bothers me a little bit about this, it's not really wide enough for you to act however you want. Whenever I film with this, I always find that the editors have to compensate for like my hand going outside, or I do this. I just wish it was like a little bit bigger, but it's still really good and I like it a lot. Apart from that, we get acoustic panels in the ceilings, acoustic panels on the walls. We try to go for dry sound in the room, but it's still, You can still hear that we're like in a smaller room. This is definitely smaller than a lot of other YouTubers' places, but I like it. Okay, so this is probably my most over-the-top buy that I'm gonna show you right now. There's some of the other stuff that is more expensive, but this is the one that I'm ashamed of. Let me introduce you to the Herman Miller Aeron chair.
Hello there.
It's just the best. I just love this chair with a passion. However, it's really expensive. I feel bad even like linking to it in the description, to be honest, because you really shouldn't be paying this amount for a chair. The funny thing is that immediately when I got it, I was like, ooh, I wanted to start standing up more in videos. I haven't actually used it like almost at all, but just sitting in it now feels so good. Oh my god, my legs. Ugh. It's so perfect on the back, but don't buy it. It's like, I think it was like $1,300 or something. It's so bad. What do we have? I feel like we've gone through a lot. I guess one thing is that if I really want a good listen to a mix in this bad room, I kind of need to use headphones. So I have these. It's Biodynamic DT880 Pros. And these are good in themselves. They're pretty like bright though. They got a lot of high end. Gets a little bit like... So what I do is I put these in and then I open up my music program, which is Pro Tools, which I don't really recommend. It's really a bit of a rough journey to be a Pro Tools guy, but I used it since childhood, so what are you gonna do about it? So something I do then, I have this one program called SonarWorks Reference 4. So basically what SonarWorks did when I bought these headphones is that they measured this specific pair of headphones and was like,
oh, this is what the frequency curve looks like in these headphones.
And then I installed this program and they kind of like put on an EQ, which changes it so that it's as straight as possible, the frequency curve. Once it goes through this plugin right here, it's a very balanced frequency curve and I can hear when things aren't right in the mix. It's very hard to explain, but once you've used it for a few months, it's one of those things that you can't really
stop using anymore.
Okay, so lastly, probably the newest in the studio, it's these microphones. I had SM7Bs for a really long time, and I know a lot of YouTubers ended up buying it because of me, and a lot of YouTubers bought it because of other people. It's just a really popular microphone. But I recently switched up to this, which is a Shure KSM9, and I really like it. It's a condenser, which makes it a little bit more balanced than the SM7, and it's a stage microphone, which means that it doesn't take up too much of the in the room, pretty much like the SM7B, but it sounds better to me. So I'm trying that out right now. And now we're getting to the real fun part. I've been trying out these wireless things from X-Vive. Basically, these are wireless transmitters and wireless receivers that you can use in the studio to go wireless. And it goes over the Wi-Fi band, I think 2.4 gigahertz. To be honest with you, it's not super reliable, at least not where I am. But overall, I like to use it because once the virus is over, I'm thinking about potentially going on tour. So I wanted to get used to having wireless. I don't know if I told you guys, but I'm thinking about moving to the US. And actually, the wireless systems that are legal in the UK are not legal in the US. So buying something would mean that I couldn't bring it. So I just ended up buying these instead. I really like them, but I really can't recommend them. When I just bought them, I was like, oh, I want to see if I can walk around and talk into this microphone in the whole house. Turns out that the moment I'm out of the studio door, it just starts glitch. Anyway, that's pretty cool. This is my PC. It's been good. It's been a couple iterations of it not working and I had to send it back and stuff. But also I need a really specific type of computer that's great for music, great for gaming, great for video editing and video recording. What I like about this one is that it's really quiet, so that's great. I never hear it when I'm working. I've had some issues with it. When we were doing the VR videos, it kept like bugging out the audio and stuff. And if I tried to screen record 4K or try to record multiple of the cameras at the same time, it doesn't really work out. I've just come to accept that what I do puts a lot of stress on most computers. Let's talk some specs, shall we? I think it's got like a i9 and it's got a 2080 Ti. Let's actually just look at his stats. I haven't memorized this stuff. Here we go. Let's flex, everybody. Intel Core i9-9980XE CPU at 3 gigahertz. I don't know what that means. I got 128 gigabytes of ROM. Okay. RAM, right? I don't know. I think that's probably too much. Is that it?
No.
Anyway, it's an expensive computer. A lot of people who know things about computers are gonna be mad that A, I got it pre-built for me. B, I'm probably using like too expensive parts.
I just wanted it to work.
And to be honest, it didn't. Like, I had to send it back. I just wanted to show off some of my stuff and give you some tips. Link to all the gear I'm using is in the description. Those will be affiliate links, so if you buy through the links, a little piece will go to pay Che and to buy more plants, because this one is eventually gonna die in here.
He's a sad boy.
This guy is
totally dying.
Anyway, and check out Amazing Marvin. They're really nice, and 60% off is a crazy good deal, guys. Okay, so we did a $10,000 singing competition the other day. Check it out here. It got tons of really, really talented singers. However, it is 40 minutes, so make sure you got the time. But it's amazing. You will not regret it, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.